guys, so today's video is a really exciting one for me. I am gonna start doing my advice videos again. That's basically the main reason why I came onto YouTube, to help people. So I asked you what sort of advice video you'd like to see next, and the majority of you said friendships, which I think is like such a key thing. I have learned so much about friendships, not only in the past 3 years while I've had a lot going on, but of course like throughout my life. I've got some of your questions that you left me on Instagram, and I'm going to try to answer them the best that I can, and hopefully it's going to help some of you. The first question is how to deal with being jealous of a friend, and I think this can occur a lot, especially in groups of girls at secondary school. I know girls get jealous so easily over other girls, how they look, how they dress. It's especially hard if it's your friend, and for example your friend is always the like popular, really pretty one, and you feel like you're inadequate compared to her. I'm sure all of you out there who are feeling jealous are amazing, beautiful people too. So what I would say is list 20 positive things about yourself. So just make a list of all the qualities that you have that you think are good. So for example, you're honest, you're a good friend, you're trustworthy, you're kind. You want to focus on the good things about yourself rather than put all the focus onto your friend. Remember that she is probably jealous of certain attributes of you. For example, you might have an amazing bum and she might be jealous of that, or you might have a hair colour that she really wants but she can't have. Everyone wants what they don't have, so yeah, I definitely say do some sort of exercises to build your confidence up, and remember that a lot of people are in the same boat as you. I got a lot of questions sort of saying what to do when a friend is down, upset or depressed. And I get a lot of people coming to me asking me this question, which I think is really nice. Like, it's really nice to see that people genuinely care about their friends, whether they're just down or whether they're suffering from mental illness and they really want to do something to help but they don't know what. So what I always say, if your friend is feeling down, is spend time with them. They may not want to spend time with you, but it's gonna make them feel better in the long run. Like, literally force yourself into their house. Well, don't break into their house, but spend time with them, suggest things for you to do, or if they're not up for going anywhere, then literally you can just go to their house and chill. And it might be nice to bring like a couple of their favourite things, so maybe like their favourite chocolate or sweets and some magazines or a DVD, just little bits like that. Or you can maybe even put together like a little care package with like Lush bath bombs, some nice cozy socks, just little things like that, just to cheer them up. Secondly, I would remind them how much they mean to you, sort of shower them in compliments and just let them know how much you value their friendship. Thirdly, if they really are at risk, then I would suggest doing all the things that I mentioned before, but maybe also trying to talk to them and let them know that you're not going to judge them, that they can trust you no matter what, you love them and you're there for them anytime, you just want to help them. And then obviously if they're feeling like this for a sort of long period of time and things get more serious, then you might have to tell their parents. What to do when an ex-friend is doing horrible things to you and posting on social media, making fake accounts. I'm sure we've all been in this situation. I've been in this situation a couple of times. The best thing, honestly, as hard as it is, ignore it, because by ignoring it you're being the better person. If they're writing stuff about you on social media, just block them on everything so you can't see it and just leave them to it, because at the end of the day they're the one who is angry and they're lashing out to social media, and they're the ones that are making themselves look stupid. If they're making fake accounts and stuff, like if it does get to a stage where it's not okay, then definitely tell either your parents or someone you trust. Just leave them to it, or if you really do want to speak to them, just say I'd appreciate you kept what's going on private between us and not put it all over social media. What do you do if you're in a large friendship group and love certain members but have arguments often with the other people in the group? I think this is a case with a lot of friendship groups. Unless you're a lot older, generally there's gonna be a few people that you clash with in the group. You don't want to like full on ignore the people that you don't get on with, but I would suggest to just kind of maybe have a word with them and say, look, like, I know we don't get on, but can we at least try to sort of make this work for the sake of the other people in the friendship group that you really like. If they're like giving digs and stuff at you, just try and ignore it the best you can and just kind of like focus on the people that you do like. In life, sometimes you have to be around people you don't like. Is it possible to outgrow friends? Yeah. I definitely think it's possible to outgrow friends, especially I found the transition from school to college. I definitely outgrew my friends. I mean, as soon as I went to college, I was in classes with people who liked similar things to me, whereas at school, the friendship group I was purely with because they were the kind of like popular group. So yeah, as soon as I got to college, I kind of, not in the right way, distance myself from them. Generally, people go in different directions, people change, their sort of motivations change. It's just a part of life. There will be better friends coming along. What do you do when you feel like you have friends but you don't get invited anywhere with the group and you're just left? It's really difficult when people don't get invited to stuff because they may feel excluded. I want to say that people probably do it by accident, which does happen. Like, I'm pretty sure the intentions behind leaving people out are not always malicious, but unfortunately girls are bitchy, people leave other people out. Just try and think from their perspective. They may think that you wouldn't want to come along, they may think that you said that you were busy, they might think you're not interested in what they're doing, or they might just be being immature. And if that's the case, then I would definitely say speak to them. At the end of the day, if you want to get the truth for them, just say, is there a reason why I wasn't invited? Just ask them to be honest with you. If they carry on doing it, and if they carry on doing it, find some other friends to do some stuff with. How did you deal with fake friends? I think I've definitely got better at spotting fake friends, especially with like the whole YouTube thing. A lot of people kind of pop up who I'm immediately like, okay, they want something from me, they don't genuinely want to be my friend. As for dealing with them, there's not much you can really do. You just have to kind of go through that experience to be able to recognize like the signs. Just learn from it, just be cautious but not too cautious, and make sure that your friendship is always a two-way street, because where it gets to the stage where it's a fake friend is where you're giving and you're receiving nothing back. So yeah, always make sure that it's like a mutually beneficial friendship. What to do if your best friend gets a boyfriend and ditches you constantly? I've definitely had really close friends who have got boyfriends and have just literally like fallen off the face of the earth, and spend all their time with them, which I don't think is a good thing anyway, but it's definitely worth having a chat with them and kind of not attacking them, but just bringing up the subject and say, look, you're spending a lot of time with blah blah blah. It would be nice if we could plan some things together, suggest some things to do. If they're still not kind of making the effort with you, there's not really much more that you can do. So I would suggest just spending time with other friends. They're probably going to break up with that boyfriend in either a couple of months or even maybe a year or two, and then they'll come back to you and they will need you by their side. I think people get so wrapped up in relationships they don't actually necessarily realise they're doing it. I've got a couple of questions on how to stay friends with people when you go to either different schools or different colleges. It's not the end of the world. People do it, like, especially when you're older. Like, people can live all over the country and they can still be really good friends. It just depends how much effort you both put into it. You've both got to be committed to putting the effort in, but if that's the case and you both want to see each other and spend time together, then honestly you shouldn't have a problem. Ask them when they're free, suggest things to do, plan some outings, and if you live close anyway, then it'll be easy to just like pop around their house after college or school. Do you have friendships that you've kept since childhood? Yes, I do. Because I moved around a lot when I was younger, a lot of my friends from childhood live in Scotland. Don't see them much apart from when I go back and visit, but I've definitely got friends that I've been friends with since I was about 7 or 8. For example, my friend Elena, me and her have been close ever since I was 8, I think. and I'm now 20 and she's now 19. I feel like a lot of people have more childhood friends than me because of like all my moving around and stuff. A lot of people that I meet have had friends since they were like born because they've stayed in the same area. The final question is, how quickly do you make up with a friend when you fall out? It depends what they've done to me or what I've done to them. If someone has like really hurt me or really upset me, it will take a lot longer. But generally I hate falling out with people and I hate arguing, so I'll forgive people very easily, which is kind of like a downfall as well because then people tend to just like walk all over me. So yeah, I hope you like this video. I hope it's covered like enough. I feel like I could talk for a long time on like my experience with friends and stuff. One thing I will say is that it doesn't matter how many friends you have, how old they are, how often you see them. If you click with someone as a friend, then keep them as a friend. If you do want any more questions answered, then just leave them in the comments below. And I really hope this has helped some of you guys. I really hope my answers were okay, and let me know what other topics you want me to do for my advice videos. It can be absolutely anything. Give this video a thumbs up if you did like it, and I will see you very soon. Bye!